Welcome back, everyone. And if you're getting any kind of SASSA grant, whether it's the older person's grant, the disability grant, the child support grant, or the SRDR 350 grant, then you seriously need to stop everything and watch this full video before May 1st. This isn't just another reminder about payment dates or the usual updates you've seen before. No, this time it's something way more urgent. There are critical changes, potential delays, and brand new announcements that could affect how much you get, when you get it, and whether you even qualify at all for the next round of payments. And I'm not just talking about rumors or speculation. This information is based on confirmed reports, direct statements from SASSA officials, and the latest news from the Department of Social Development. So, buckle up and stay with me, because if you or someone you love relies on a SASSA grant, missing this could seriously mess with your money. Let's dive right in because the clock is ticking, and the biggest reason this is so urgent is because of something happening before May 1st that most grant beneficiaries don't even know about yet. The South African government has just pushed forward with a crucial administrative shift that could temporarily disrupt how SASSA processes payments. This shift involves changes in how grant applications and verifications are handled in their systems. And while it may seem like a behind-the-scenes adjustment, it actually has huge consequences for everyone receiving grants. In short, there's a scheduled upgrade to the payment infrastructure and database systems that SASSA uses to validate grant recipients, and this upgrade is scheduled to take place just before May 1st. What does this mean for you? It means that if your details aren't 100% up to date, things like your bank info, ID number, residential address, or even your phone number, your payment might get flagged or delayed during this system transition. And yes, we've seen this kind of thing happen before, especially last year when SASSA tried rolling out a new verification protocol for the R350 SRD grant. That change alone resulted in thousands of people missing their payments for weeks while trying to sort out basic info mismatches. Now, with this upcoming system transition, SASSA has already sent out warnings advising all beneficiaries to double-check their details immediately, preferably before April 30th, so the new system rollout doesn't cause you to fall through the cracks. But here's the thing. Many people haven't even seen this advisory because it wasn't sent by SMS or email like previous alerts. It was posted mostly on official SASSA social media accounts and government bulletins that most beneficiaries don't check daily. That's why this video is so important. This could be your only real heads up to act now. On top of that, the situation becomes even more serious when you look at the financial side of things. SASSA is facing fresh budget constraints for the new fiscal year, and according to leaked reports from a recent Department of Social Development meeting, there's now an active review of all grant recipients to weed out so-called ineligible applicants. That includes people who may have received the 350 Surinamese dollars grant but have recently started earning an income, even if it's just a few $100 a month. The department is under pressure to save money where possible, and that means they're introducing new digital tracking tools to flag bank activity, employment records, and even cross-check with the SARS to ensure nobody's double-dipping into government resources. If you're one of the people who have picked up a part-time gig or side hustle, but you still rely on your grant to get by, now is the time to make sure your situation is properly declared and transparent. They're not just doing random checks anymore. They're using automated systems that flag accounts in seconds. Even more shocking is a new regulation that hasn't received widespread public coverage yet. Starting May 1st, a new rule will be tested in Gauteng and the Western Cape that requires SRD grant recipients to actively reconfirm their eligibility every 3 months. This is part of a pilot program aimed at reducing fraud, and it means you'll have to log into the SASSA website or mobile app to reconfirm that you're still unemployed, still meet the income threshold, and still require government assistance. Failure to do so in the required time frame could lead to your grant being suspended or entirely revoked until you reapply. And let's be honest, Most people don't have consistent access to data or the internet to keep up with these sudden digital requirements. That's why so many grassroots organizations are protesting this move, calling it unfair and exclusionary to the country's most vulnerable citizens. There's also more uncertainty now than ever around payment dates, especially for the 350 Rand grant, which already has a rocky history of delays. As of this week, SASSA has not released a confirmed May payment calendar for the SRD grant. That's right, just days before the new month begins. There's still no official list of when beneficiaries can expect to be paid. This raises a lot of red flags because in the past, these kinds of delays have been linked to back-end system changes or budget reallocations. We're hearing whispers that if the May 1st system upgrade doesn't go smoothly, SRD payments could be pushed back by 7 to 10 days. And for many South Africans living below the poverty line, that's the difference between having food on the table and going hungry. Another piece of urgent news concerns payment method changes, especially for those who are still using post office branches to collect their money. Just this past week, SASSA confirmed that more post office outlets would be permanently closed starting in May due to financial restructuring. This will affect thousands of beneficiaries who rely on these branches, particularly in rural and underserved areas. If your local branch is on the closure list, you'll need to migrate your grant collection method, either to a personal bank account or through one of the designated retail partners like Pick n Pay, Boxer, or ShopRite. But that's not a simple process. You need to update your preferred payment method with SASSA at least 2 weeks before the next payment cycle begins to avoid disruptions. That means if you don't act immediately, you could end up missing your May payout altogether while waiting for your new method to be verified. And while all this is happening, SASSA is also facing mounting pressure from civil society and opposition parties demanding a permanent increase in grant amounts. For months, activists have been calling on the government to raise the R350 grant to at least AER 500 to reflect inflation and rising food prices. There was a moment of hope earlier this year when the finance minister hinted at a possible bump during the budget speech, but as of now, nothing has been officially confirmed. Still, insiders say discussions are ongoing and that we might see a phased increase as early as June, but only if the budget can accommodate it without risking other social programs. That means your voice still matters. If you want to see that increase happen, now's the time to contact your local ward representative, participate in local protests, or join digital advocacy campaigns demanding that the government act. In the meantime, there are several immediate steps every SASSA grant beneficiary should take to prepare for May. First, log on to the SASSA portal or visit your nearest office to confirm your personal details are accurate. Double-check your ID number, banking details, and address. If you've changed phone numbers, make sure to update it in the system because SASSA uses SMS for a lot of urgent communication. Next, if you're on the SRD grant, start preparing for the new quarterly reconfirmation rule by familiarizing yourself with the process on the website. Even if you're not in Gauteng or the Western Cape, this pilot program is expected to expand nationwide by July. Third, if you collect your grant at the post office, verify whether your branch is on the closure list and switch your payment method now if necessary. And finally, stay informed. Don't just wait for someone to tell you what's going on. Check the official SASSA website, follow their social media pages, and keep watching videos like this one because this might be the only reliable way to stay ahead of all these sudden changes. Let's also address a concern that many people have been asking about recently. What happens if your payment is delayed or stopped? What do you do next? First, don't panic. Delays are often fixable, especially if they're related to incorrect personal info or pending verifications. Head straight to your local SASSA office with all your documentation, ID, proof of residence, bank statements, and any communication you've received. It's also worth calling the SASSA hotline. Though we all know it can take a while to get through, persistence is key. In many cases, you can also file a dispute or appeal online, particularly for SRD grant issues. The appeal system has been improved slightly, allowing you to track the status of your case online. Just remember that appeals must be filed within 30 days of receiving a rejection or suspension notice. So, don't wait. Take action immediately. And while we're talking about appeals and disputes, there's one more scam alert I need to raise. There's been a recent spike in fake SMS messages and WhatsApp scams targeting SASSA recipients. These messages claim that you need to verify your account or resubmit your details via a fake link. Some even promise you'll get an extra payment if you click on a specific website. Please, do not fall for this. SASSA will never ask you to verify your information via WhatsApp or unsolicited SMS links. If you get one of these messages, delete it immediately and report it to SASSA or the South African Police Service. Scammers are becoming more sophisticated, and they're preying on people who can least afford to lose money. Stay sharp and don't let your grant be stolen by cybercriminals. So, to wrap this up, the message is clear. If you rely on a SASSA grant, you cannot afford to wait. Take action now. Check your personal info, update your payment method if needed, prepare for the new reconfirmation rule, and stay informed. May 1st might sound like just another date on the calendar, but it marks the start of massive shifts in how grants are managed, processed, and distributed. And if you miss even one step, it could lead to missed payments, unnecessary stress, and serious financial trouble. You've got the knowledge now, so don't waste it. Share this video with friends, family members, and anyone else who depends on a grant. You could be the reason someone else avoids disaster. Thanks for watching. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button so more people can see it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another critical update. We're dedicated to keeping you informed, protected, and empowered every step of the way. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and take action today before it's too late.